The next organization in the London International Airport ecosystem is the International Test Pilot School, or ITPS. Founded in 1986 in the UK and working in Canada since 2001, its focus is on training and upskilling already accomplished pilots and aeronautical engineers with highly specialized flight testing skills. What is so important about flight testing? Remember that the last line of defense before a plane is approved for flight is, it is tested, put through its paces, pushed to the max to ensure the design, the fabrication, the avionics, and everything else works as expected. Which brings us to ITPS. They are the largest school in the world that trains test pilots, the people who fly planes to the edge to determine if they are safe to fly. All of this is going on in London, Ontario, a world-class organization doing internationally recognized world-class work. By the numbers, ITPS employs approximately 90 staff, including 13 test pilots and 11 flight test engineers. You are now viewing an ITPS hangar, one of 6 hangars ITPS occupies at the airport. This is just half of their fleet of 26 aircraft. Those of you that are knowledgeable about aircraft will recognize some of the aircraft and may be wondering about the age of some planes and their role in training flight test pilots. ITPS is approved by Transport Canada for maintenance work. Their engineering department is responsible for all design, installation, and integration of 21st century technology into these older planes. This is the key. This is not a museum of interesting aircraft. To train flight test engineers, flight data acquisition systems have also been installed in these planes. This data is poured over by the flight test engineers after each flight, looking for anomalies, trends, and other important statistical features. Flight testing is a series of issues, mostly in the context of safety, that are addressed through the analysis of data to result in a safer aircraft. You are now looking at a variable stability aircraft. It has been kitted out with plug-and-play software that is programmed to mimic the flight characteristics of other aircraft. To be clear, while the pilot is flying this plane, he or she is actually experiencing the air characteristics of another plane. Think of the cost of saving in training by not having to purchase an aircraft for each customer. It's worth noting that this variable stability aircraft is the only aircraft of its kind in Canada, highlighting the innovation and leadership taking place in our aviation sector. Now you're looking at a Hawker Hunter. It was built in 1953 as a jet trainer for the Royal Air Force. It has also been upgraded with 21st century technology. In the body of a 1953 aircraft now resides the avionics of a next-gen fighter jet. The embedded training system presents simulations to the trainees. Remember, the entire point of introducing this level of simulation and technical wizardry into this plane is to create the best simulation, enabling the test flight pilot to demonstrate certification compliance and for the test flight technicians to meet the same exacting requirements. This installation was designed, installed, and certified by ITPS. Just as we saw at KF Aerospace, these aircraft need to be maintained. The technician is using a borescope fiber optic camera to check for engine corrosion and cracking. This is only one element of the regular maintenance program. ITPS is not just a training facility, it employs an entire flight line and maintenance crew for their fleet of aircraft. This is the ITPS Advanced Aircraft Simulation Center, which contains 17 simulators. Simulators are a proven training technique for pilot training and recertification. Each screen presents to the trainee a specifically selected simulation relevant to the trainee's training program. A final note on technology leadership. ITPS has introduced mixed reality to its simulations. Mixed reality is a combination of the physical world, allowing the participant to interact in real time with a created digital world for a specific purpose. In this case, an enhanced learning experience. The camera recognizes a QR code to present the required digital reality for the trainee's learning program. During the session, the trainee exists in both realities and interacts with aspects of the mixed reality to achieve a more realistic learning environment that results in higher degrees of learning and knowledge retention. Recently, the U.S. Air Force visited to learn about how it works, highlighting another example of ITPS's leadership in training test flight pilots. In summary, you have seen another Canadian success story that is operating with world-class excellence. Clearly, a compelling story that needs to be told. The final story of the ecosystem at the London International Airport is Orange, aka ORNGE, a significant part of Ontario's healthcare system.